Okej, så nu är vi tillbaka igen här och sitter och tittar på den här ikonen här i bakgrunden. Eller den här loggan. Jag tror inte att den är så intressant egentligen. Välkommen tillbaka till Senjou no Maou. Och när man väl nämner trollen så Maou. Jag tror att vi är, just nu så befinner vi oss i... Vi ser saker ifrån Maus perspektiv, för det brukar vara en sån här textbox då där den liksom fyller hela skärmen. Men vi får se. I alla fall är det det jag tror, men vem vet. The wind caused by him as he stepped outside. A horde of tall buildings stood all around him, blocking the moonlight. Not yet entirely awake, Maou, precis, walked up the steps like a sleepwalker, wandering purposelessly through the night.
Usami. Haru.
Okay, a little creepy. A name slowly emerged from his lips. A girl appeared from the sea of his memory. A gallant, heroic figure.
思い出した。
Maou felt his head clear as confidence filled his heart. Felt his head clear as confidence filled his heart.
そうか。宇佐美の娘か。そうか。
Soka. The snapshots in his memory snapped into place.
必死に私を探しているのだろうな。
And not only Usami. Asai Gonzo and his wild beast should all be angrily scouring for Maou right now. Depending on the situation, the plan may have to be changed. There was still time to revise it before Mao's magnum opus was set into action. Even the slightest obstacle could be a premature end to the long-awaited fruit of his ambition.
だが、宇佐美春には相応の報いを与えてやらねばならない。
Maou laughed. It might be fun to have a strong hero as a rival. A number of intricate plans began to come together in Mao's head. Usami Haru, huh? The little hero has finally grown up. Let this girl pay for her parents' sins.
まずは勇者の実力を見せてもらおうか。
Let's play a little game. Usami Haru, how far can you go? Maou disappeared into the darkness of downtown Tomanbetsu City with light footsteps. His head didn't ache anymore. The cool night drew its curtains. Alltså jag tror verkligen att det är våran huvudkaraktär som är Maou. Jag tror faktiskt att det är det. Jag gillar också att de säger det. His head didn't ache anymore. Slutade inte förra scenen med att hans huvud faktiskt... Han fick ont i huvudet. Jag vet inte, de kanske försöker leda mig in på det spåret också, men... Alltså jag hoppas att det är han, för att jag tror att det kommer bli en mer intressant story då faktiskt. Så på så sätt så hoppas jag att det är han, men... Samtidigt vet jag inte, de skulle lika gärna bara kunna kasta ut massa curveballs här liksom och bara försöka få mig att tro det. Fortfarande chapter 1, jag vet, jag ser det. Det står alltid chapter 1 där. On this particular Sunday, like on any other, Central Boulevard hosted a sea of people. And as usual, Usami Haru walked to her part-time job with her head hung low. She moved forward slowly, ignoring the people around her.
なるそうだな、宇佐美。
店長、おはようございます。
A bearded man in an apron welcomed Haru.
髪切ってこいって言っただろ。
すいません。髪の話題には触れないでもらえませんか。本当怒りますよ。
Det är bra att säga till sin chef. Kan du sluta tjata på mig, annars så kommer jag bli arg.
ならやめてもらうしかないな。
Okej, ge henne sparken bara, jag vet inte. Haru bowed slightly. The manager shook his head in response as he opened a crate of perfumes.
宇佐美はなんでいつも制服で来るんだ。
可愛いんで。
化粧もしないのか。
すっぴんで十分いけるんで。
Ja. Dessutom, alltså helt ärligt nu. I animes, är det någon som någonsin har makeup? Jag tror aldrig någon har det i animes. Och de som har det är bara sån här typ överdrivna karikatyrer på folk liksom. De som ska vara såna här gyarus, eller vad det heter. Det är de enda som har makeup. De folk som är överdrivna. Annars så har ingen makeup i en anime. Eller ja, det kanske finns vissa undantag. Men då är det i så fall en anime som är lite mer seriös. lite mer verklighetstrogen, då kan folk ha lite läppstift liksom. The manager let a disappointed sigh escape from his lips.
お前友達いないだろ
めっちゃ多いっすよ。とりわけ店長のことは親のように思っています。
Jag skulle vilja veta vad de har för relation egentligen, för det här verkar lite weird.
俺はまだ20代だ
Det behöver inte betyda någonting. Min pappa var bara 20 när han fick vara min stora syster. Min äldsta stora syster. Ja, kolla, level 58 woodcutting i RuneScape. Mitt mål är att sitta här och spela Senjou och Maou tills jag går upp i level 60 woodcutting. Sen ska jag fortsätta spela in RuneScape. Så får vi se, det blir väl kanske en 2-3 avsnitt här till. Haru yawned as she stretched her back and neck. After preparing herself for a day's work, she entered the store.
さて、今日も客引きですか？看板持って大声出してればいいんすかね？
ああその前に
The manager reached into the pocket of his
な
apron.
んすかそれ？
ついさっきロン毛パツキンの兄ちゃんがいきなりやってきてなこれ渡してくれって
Okej. Så vi vet att det inte är Maou. Det är inte Gonzo. Det är inte... Vad heter han? Eichi, den lilla grönhåriga jäveln. Jag vet inte vem det är som har blont hår. It was a folded piece of paper. A letter, perhaps.
友達か
ロン毛パツキンの友達はいません。っていうか、今時ロン毛パツキンとか言いません。
The manager was a good man, despite, as Haru suspected, frequently lying about his age. Haru glanced absent-mindedly at the manager's beard as she unfolded the note, and after scanning its contents, she couldn't help but raise an eyebrow. The penmanship itself gave Haru an eerie, unsettled feeling. The writer had used a straight edge to trace his strokes, presumably to camouflage his true handwriting. Some letters had even been cut from magazines and newspapers. After taking a deep breath, Haru asked.
そのロン毛パツキンは何か言ってましたか？
Okej, det är intressant. Jag gillar den här låten också. Det här är en av de bättre låtarna i den här versionen hittills.
なんだっけ
The manager raised his eyebrows. The girl before him was not the Usami Haru he employed. Her piercing eyes fired straight through his
宇
entirety.
佐美春ってのがここでバイトしてるだろうって
それだけですか？
ん
Yeah. Haru tensed up. Time seemed to have stopped. Her mind analyzed the facts with incomprehensible speed. And finally, as if to signify her understanding, she raised her head.
すいません店長、今日は休ませてください。
ちょっと待てよ勝手なこと言うな
すいません、急用でして。
She bowed deeply.
大体な宇佐美は面接の時から常識がなさそうだったが
Few strings short of a piano. Det har jag aldrig hört förut, men okej.
すいません、非常識で。
まあ今まで一度も遅刻も早引きもしてないしバイトなのに進んで残業してくれるし頼んでもいないのに着ぐるみを作って宣伝をしてくれたりと真面目なところもあるわけだが
持ち上げてくれているところすみませんが、着ぐるみはただの趣味です。
Ja, hon försöker bara få reda på information förmodligen. The manager thoughtfully scratched his beard.
分かったよその代わり明日もがっつり働いてもらうからな
Haru flashed a big happy grin.
ラブです、店長。
Okay, love you, boss. Haru dashed out into the busy streets. She parted the crowds like a boulder splitting through a fierce current. Without letting the deluge of people slow her pace, she marched forward through Central Boulevard. As she moved, Haru thought about the strange letter. Oh come, lovely child. Oh come thou with me, for many a game I will play here with thee. From this, the first line, Haru could tell this letter indicated a challenge. The rest of the letter served to ignite her heart into a mighty conflagration. Jag vet inte vad det ordet betyder. Jag måste googla det för att jag vet inte vad det ordet betyder. Flagration. Brand, stor brand. Börja brinna eller brinna i lågor, okej. Okej, jag fattar. For at its end was her mother's name. I am here in Tomabetsu City. Let us play a game of tag. I will be attending the hunt immediately. To Kaoru. to Kaoru. Kaoru is the name of Haru's beloved mother. She was a violinist. A violent violinist. She took Haru with her as she traveled all around the world, captivating the world over with her marvelous performances. Her mother was always so gentle, yet so strong. Calm down, she told herself. If you let your emotions get the better of you, then you've already lost. She couldn't believe that. She couldn't believe that. But actually... Jaha, that question mark, exclamation mark. Det där är en karaktär, för det fick vi höra det förra gången också. Would actually contact her. Oh, come lovely child. Oh, come thou with me, for many a game I will play there with thee. In that particular Schubert piece, no matter how much the child cried out about the devil, his father refused to believe that the devil even existed. No one could find this fabled irrkoning, this devil, this Maou. Okej, det här är en ny låt. Vi har 4 release här. Den här låten vill jag nästan höra lite. Hoppas att den håller på ett litet tag. Jag vet inte. Det kommer komma någon bit och man liksom bara säger okej, förmodligen. It's time. It's now noon. Wearing a black suit, Maou blended in naturally among the crowd of businessmen in the business district. As he walked among the people there, Mao's heart swelled with malicious anticipation. It's been a while since he sent out that letter of challenge, passed on from one person to the next. The letter should have arrived in Usami's hands by now. What would she do when she saw that letter? I wonder if she'll search around the city aimlessly. Maou looked at the cell phone in his hand. If Usami isn't a total idiot, she will soon call this number. Haru already knew where to go. She didn't waste a single minute. Even though the letter from Blablam looked meaningless at first glance, he made sure to place a hint within these words. The coffee shop, Lapis Lazuli, the same place that Kyosuke took her yesterday. She pushed open the door and walked in. She immediately surveyed the premises. If Haru's reasoning was correct, the stranger, även om vi ska kalla honom det, the stranger, det blir lättare att läsa. The stranger should have come by here. However, she could not find anyone like him among the customers. Just then, a man who appeared to be an employee called out to her. Haru thought for a second before answering confidently. The host seemed relieved upon her words. När man kan ändra voice är redan på max. Det är det vi skulle behöva max på allihopa egentligen. För att jag tänker så att som att de här rösterna är oftast det som är ganska lågt här. H, han kan vi stänga av. Miscellaneous males, miscellaneous females. As he said this, he disappeared behind the counter. After a while, he returned with a small bag. Haru asked that actually he left it over on the table, not in my hands. Haru asked as she took the bag from him. Haru immediately realized that the young girl was one of Mao's children. Odds where he was using several intermediates to get in contact with her. It would be difficult to trace any of these agents back to the stranger. Det känns, jag vet inte, det känns ju som att det är en annan person än Maou, men jag vet inte. Haru left the coffee shop after offering her thanks. As she walked out, Haru opened the bag. She found only a thin cell phone inside. They examined the cell phone from top to bottom. It was an old model of disposable cell phone. Here on Central Boulevard, you can find a lot of unemployed foreigners selling these phones. Even if the police were to investigate this matter, they wouldn't be able to find the phone's original purchaser. It would appear that the stranger knows how to cover his tracks. Haru turned on the phone. There was only one number listed. The number was listed as... Does he want me to call him? Her heart raced. She dialed the number with sweaty hands. At the moment, the din of the city no longer reached her ears. After precisely 10 rings, a weak vibration came from the left side of its chest. The stranger grinned. Someone's calling. Trying to suppress his excitement, he took out the phone. He waited for his caller to speak first as he imagined Usami's beautiful voice. He was taken aback by the abrupt voice. Men så det är Maou eller inte? He quietly opened his mouth. There was a brief pause, as if she were gathering her nerves. Usami spoke in a low voice. Indeed, that was a bit too simple. The next line caused Usami's voice to betray her. She could not conceal her anguish as she recited the final words. Kaoru. He intentionally chose biting words, as if playing the part of a typical twisted villain. But this did not deter Usami Haru in the slightest. This really was a simple puzzle. I would be quite disappointed if she couldn't even solve this. The purpose behind this puzzle lies elsewhere. Again, he tried to play with her emotions. Usami ignored Mao's words, while continuing to describe her solution to this simple puzzle. During this entire exchange, Usami Haru did not show a hint of anger. Maou had hoped that his refusal to let her dead rest would unleash the darkness within this girl's heart, that it would reopen long-closed wounds. Nevertheless, Usami said bravely, Maou felt satisfied. This girl is daring indeed. Even as she listened intently to the phone, Haru continued searching for the location of Maou. Ignoring the demon's scathing words, she instead focused on the background noise. After a while, she discovered some clues. Haru said, That sounds quite interesting, yes. Haru again concentrated on the background noise. Part of the speech included the name of the Tomombetsu city's mayor. His tone implied it would be more strange if you hadn't. Haru finally understood the true reason behind Mao's challenge. he wants to test her. She was in a terrible situation. She didn't expect her opponent to find her workplace. Even though Haru still doesn't know his identity, Maou already knows hers.
私は今セントラルオフィスにいる。
バラしていいのか。
セントラルオフィスの場所は分かる。引っ越してきて間もないのだろう。
よく知っているな。何でも知っているという決まり文句は
Alltså den här musiken börjar bli lite väl hög.
知らないこともあるので不安だという気持ちの裏返しだ。
Men om vi ska, man vill ju kanske sänka lite så länge. Maou scoffed at that.
口も達者なようだ。
He certainly sounded happy, but his words seemed a little artificial. As a result, she still couldn't figure him out. And unfortunately for her, he was always guiding their conversations.
確かに私はもっとお前のことを知りたい。でなければ私に恨みを抱くうさ自分から接触してみようなどとは思う。
Even when Maou talks about himself, he never gives anything important
セ
away.
ントラルオフィスに広めの公園だ。
それがどうした。
園内の掲示板の前に来てもらおうか。
そこに行けば魔王に会えるのか。
気が早い。
お互いの理解を深めるためにも顔を合わせて話し合った方がいいと思う。
魅力的な提案だ。丁重に断らせてもらう。
It seems Maou has no intention of showing his face.
私を追ってはウサミ
This is a challenge.
お前に資格があれば相手をしてやる。
And with that, he hung up the phone. Haru sprang into action. She caught sight of the Senjou Corporation headquarters. The park was nearby, somehow escaping the shadow of the gargantuan skyscraper. It was quite a beautiful scene. The park was surrounded by an assortment of bustling businesses, making its presence even more pronounced. The bulletin board was at the center of the park. Under normal circumstances, it would display the general guidelines and park rules. Today, though, it's covered in red graffiti. At first glance, it appears to be the work of local delinquents. Close examination, however, reveals that the markings are actually a rather detailed passage. It was clear that this graffiti was the work of Maou. From here, the hero must choose one of three paths. One path leads to Maou, one path leads to hell, one path leads to heaven. There will be more information on each path. Take care to examine it thoroughly. Truth is written on the path to Maou. Lies are written on the path to hell. Truths, lies and half-truths are written on the path to heaven. Now, can you find where I am?
3つの道。
Haru immediately began to search around the park. As was indicated, there should be a message located near the path. She soon found that message near the park's northern entrance. There was a steep staircase leading to the business district. The handrail of the stone staircase bore a short note, in the same glaring red paint and long slender lettering as the message in the park. The exit of subway station 10 leads to heaven. She could just barely make it out. Haru immediately absorbed the information. Station 10 just so happens to be the Central Boulevard's main station. Haru could see several red-haired youngsters loitering near the exit. Det känns ju inte som att det kommer leda någon vart för att... alltså jag vet inte, jag är lite så här osäker på vad exakt han håller på med. Det är ju inte direkt så att han sätter upp ett sån här lek för att bli fångad, utan det måste ju vara bara för att jävlas med. Det kommer ju ske något i slutet där det liksom såhär, too bad, better luck next time, liksom. Haru carefully examined her surroundings until she finally saw another message on the handrail. Warehouse number 3, along the docks of the Western District leads to hell.
西区の港。
Och då får du tänka ut att det fanns lögner och sanningar också. It was too far to reach by foot. However, if she doesn't go to that warehouse, she won't be able to solve the puzzle. Jag tror inte hon kommer göra ändå, men tag indeed, huh? Do you plan to have me run around the entire city, Maou? Haru walked down the stairs. There were just as many people in this underground passageway as there were on the surface. She bought a ticket and now awaits the subway to the Western District. For someone as poor as Haru, the 250 yen ticket really is a painful expense. After about an hour, she finally reached the harbor. The winter sea quietly splashed against the docks. This part of the city is deserted on Sunday, så jag ska också säga det är typ 15 kronor. Thus she found the warehouses without fighting the crowds she had earlier. The third warehouse number was clearly marked on its closed shutters. Haru searched for a message from Maou. She found a suspicious slip of paper on the shutter. This is not the path to heaven. After reading the final clue, Haru pinched her forehead. Men det är en lögn. Now she finally has all the pieces. Which of the three paths should she take? 1. The staircase near the park. 2. The exit of subway station 10. Warehouse number 3 along the docks of the Western District. And the path to Maou. The path to heaven, the path to hell. Which messages corresponds to which path? Obviously she needs to pick the path to Maou. In addition, truth is written on the path to Maou, lies are written on the path to hell, truth, lies and half-truths are written on the path to heaven. Now Haru thinks about where she found each note. 1. On the handrail of the stairway near the park was the note. The exit of subway station 10 leads to heaven. Beside the exit of subway station 10 was the note. Warehouse number 3 along the docks of the Western District leads to hell. At the third warehouse in the Western District was the note. This is not the path to heaven. After sorting everything, she began to analyze the information. Suppose the first one is the path to Maou. In that case, the message found there about subway station 10, that is the path to heaven, would have to be true. To find the answer, you only need to do some calculations. Just as she was in the middle of thinking, Haru's cell phone rang.
そろそろ第三倉庫の近くだ。
Maou must have calculated the time she needed to reach here, and timed his call
ち
accordingly.
ょうどつい
天国に続くこの道だ。
ああちょうど今見たところだ。
Maou glanced at his watch.
手の込んだいたずらだな。魔王が街の各地にこんな落書きを残している様子を想像すると笑えてくる。
私が直接作業したわけでは楽しんでくれたのは幸い。
魔王に協力する人間がいるんだな。
人間はよく悪魔に見せる。そんなこと全てのメッセージを確認した。
あ
Maou thought to himself, this is just a test. Any capable person should be able to find the correct answer.
よく考えると私は正解の道の先に待っている。
If you can find the answer in 5 minutes, then I'll give you a passing grade.
では
Just as he was about to hang up,
第三倉庫だ。どの道がどこに続くかは6通りの場合がある。その中で、
Okay.
魔王にたどり着く道のメッセージに嘘が書いてあることになる組み合わせと、地獄に続く道のメッセージに真実が書いてあることになる組み合わせを除けばおのずと正解が見える。
path to hell and truth. When you do that, the answer just pops right out. Okay. Maou listened to Usami attentively. Indeed, anyone with a good sense of logic could quickly figure out the answer. If you discard all the unnecessary information, it really is just a simple question. As Usami implied, one can just lay out the 6 possible scenarios and cross out all the ones that can't be true. That said, Usami figured it all out in an instant. Plus, she didn't need to use pen and paper. She solved it all mentally.
どうした魔王？数学の授業はもうおしまいか？
Maou did not respond. She really has a rare talent. A faint smile appeared at the corner of his lips. Maou finally acknowledged Usami Haru as an opponent. From the research he had one of his people do on her, she did not seem to have any power, wealth or connections, but she possessed a keen mind, seemingly unbelievable for a teenage girl. Maou had thought that his only opposition would come from large, powerful organizations, like the police and influential corporations. In addition, this talented girl has been looking endlessly for Maou. Initiating contact with her this morning may have been a bit of a rash decision. His defeat may now lay in a place he had never expected. Usami would quickly break through the other games Maou had prepared. Well, it's not a big deal yet. She is still just a student, and it's probably safe to say that she has almost no information on me yet. However, Maou knew firsthand how far the combination of a talented mind supported by unwavering conviction can bring someone. This hero may indeed find a weakness in Mao's carefully constructed plan. On one hand, Maou felt a rush of excitement from witnessing such a powerful opponent. On the other hand, in order to not lose his opponent, Maou felt a surge of his fighting spirit. The sun had set only moments ago. In its place came the strong winter wind, carrying a chill and dark clouds in its wake. Specks of light snow fell on the shoulders of Haru's school uniform before quickly dissipating. Pedestrians flooded the business district. At the bottom of the government office stairway, Haru awaits Mao's appearance. He will come. After that exchange, Maou played another 3 hours of tag with her. Again and again, he tested her mental prowess. In order to make herself worthy of being Mao's opponent, Haru ought to have shown enough of her strength to gain the right to challenge Maou. Oh, come, lovely child. Oh, come thou with me, for many a game I will play there with thee. Maou may think this is just a game, but this is a battle Haru will put all her strength into. Mao's final question was this. If Maou appears at the bottom of the stairs of the government office, then Hero is not at the top of the stairs. Thus, if Hero is at the top of the stairs, will Maou not appear at the bottom of the stairs? The conclusion? If Hero is at the top of the stairs, Maou will not appear at the bottom. If she wants Maou to appear, Haru must not be at the top of the stairs. In order to meet with Maou, Haru needs to stay at the bottom of the stairs. Only he's taken too long. She could not see anyone like Maou among the passing people. Did I make a mistake? Just as she started to panic, she heard someone call her name. Haru looked up at the stairs.
人間は面白いよな。雑踏の中、どれだけ周りが騒がしくても、自分の名前を呼ばれるとつい振り返ってしまう。
Doesn't matter how many people are around you, how much noise you hear, you will still turn toward. Ja, det är väl ganska uppenbart, men jag vet inte. Haru realized that she had indeed made a mistake. She figured as long as she waited downstairs, Maou would appear there. During the prolonged game of tag, Haru had grown so focused on solving the numerous riddles he presented. So focused that she had forgotten that Maou may have set a trap within the riddles himself. Maou now drew her attention freely, without worry, from a place where she could not see him clearly. A man in a large black coat spoke those seductive words. But he stood with his back to the light of the street lamp, washing his features into blackness. Is this man Maou, or just one of his underlings? Haru asked the mysterious person. He should be a man. She couldn't really discern the voice at all, though. She thought she may even vaguely recognize the voice. And she couldn't even discount the possibility of the voice belonging to a woman. Jag är Haru, jag står i en snöstorm och har bara en kjol på mig. Jag borde frysa utav helvete, men det gör inte någonting just nu. The girl straightened her posture. She realized her whole body was trembling. Haru clenched her fists to suppress her apprehension. The fear she held slowly drew near. This is no longer a game. The battle has begun. Oh, okej. Så det här var introt, antar jag. Okej. Det känns som att jag ska stänga av det där ljudet också, för det brukar alltid vara... Det brukar alltid vara copyright-skyddad musik när de börjar sjunga. Men jag kan fortfarande lyssna på det. Ni kan säkert googla upp det här låten någonstans. Jag är ganska säker på att ni kan. Ni kan få se videon här i alla fall. Men musiken så håller jag för mig själv. Den överröstar mig som in i helvete just nu dock. Och det känns som att mina grannar borde göra så där. Jag sänker musiken för mig själv också, annars så kommer jag bli vräkt härifrån. Okej, så hon kan spela violin. Här får vi lite intressanta bilder om inte annat. Det här kan nog bygga lite grann in på vad som kommer hända här. Det är nog mest det jag är intresserad av. Money. Där har vi alla heroines. Där har vi vår klassiska Maou upon the stair picture. Där har vi staden än en gång. Folk gillar att prata i telefon. Okej, det var ganska kort intro. Okej. Det var ganska kort intro. Vi gör så här då. Slår tillbaks musiken igen antar jag. Jaha. Var det slut där? Okej. Men det sparades inte dock. Jag tror att det kanske... Nej, sparades inte där heller. Okej. Så jag antar att vi bara går in på next chapter då nästa gång. Vi tar och avslutar. Det var lite intressant att man blir utkickad hit igen. Men okej, jag fattar. Tack för att ni har kollat på det här avsnittet utav Senjou och Maou. Får höras igen nästa gång. Tills dess så får ni ha det bra. Tack för att ni har kollat. Hej då!